It's often said that the home is where the heart is, but according to new insight from the Royal Institute of British Architects, they're also getting smaller. The average new home in the UK is now only 92% of the recommended minimum size.
That's easily a room, it's easily a spare bedroom less than what you used to have. And if you think about that, shaving that space off each room, because of course we haven't reduced the numbers of rooms, we've just reduced their sizes.
Additional research from Heart of House has found that even though our houses are getting smaller, we're becoming more innovative about how we create more space.
Heart of House research is telling us that 15% of people are knocking down walls to join spaces together on the ground floor of their homes. I think that tells you something really interesting about how lifestyles are changing and how our attitudes to home are changing.
The average house in the 1920s measured 1,647 square feet and boasted 4 bedrooms. Today's equivalent has reduced in size to 925 square feet and has lost a bedroom, with the average 3-bedroom house now being the norm.
In the 1920s, obviously the bathroom, toilet facilities were outside the house, now they're inside the house. The focus of the living room in 1920s, 1930s was the fireplace. Obviously that changed to be now the television. The dining room was where you socialised, and then the kitchen was where you prepared the food. Now you have a kitchen diner, or you have a kitchen in which you socialise.
The average 3-bedroom home is 8 square metres short of the recommended minimum for a 2-storey 3-bedroom home for 5 residents. In lifestyle terms, 8 square metres is equivalent to a single bedroom.
100 years ago we were building houses with lots of cellular bedrooms upstairs, and of course we had much larger family units on average then. You perhaps needed more rooms. Now you're much more likely to have 1 or 2 kids than you are to have 3, 4 and 5.
36% of people are now opting for an open-plan ground floor, mostly because of the lack of space. This means that the furniture they use needs to be more multifunctional.
All of those things are demanding of furniture that they be more adaptable, be demountable, be sort of probably a more modern aesthetic, slightly less heavy, you can move them around. All of those things are going to be helpful in making the most of these ever-decreasing spaces.
These days we need to be clever with our storage. So for example, beds have a lot of space underneath so that you can store things under the dining table. It isn't just for large family meals. You can change the space to use it for a study or for entertaining. You can use tables to extend when you've got family that are coming round, or you can make them smaller for when you just want to use it as a workspace, for example.
Whatever the size of your house or space you have available in your home, how you style it and dress the room can make all the difference to how functional it is.
Our research shows that people really want desirable areas in their home. For example, 14% of people want a conservatory, 9% of people desire a walk-in wardrobe in their home. People want to make the most of their space. So for example, moving sofas around so that you can accommodate more friends and family, furniture which you can mix and match and create your own unique look with different textures and materials. These days we're using light in rooms to create a luxurious atmosphere. Rather than just throwing light into a room, we're using different sized lamps, different textures.
And although our homes may be getting smaller in the future, our need for multifunctional furniture and luxury homewares is set to increase.
These days people have various different rooms in their house which they wouldn't have done 20 or 30 years ago. For example, walk-in wardrobes or ensuite bathrooms. In the next 80 to 100 years, we need to be a lot more clever about the space that we live in and therefore use furniture that's much more multifunctional, making the space work for us rather than us working for the space.